This is Freddie, NFL agent of Bar Sports. You can catch me on ESPN Richmond Radio every Thursday at 5 a.m. for the Sports Hustle. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to the Sports Hustle with NFL and sports marketing agent Freddie Berry. We have a special guest this week, the king of NIL, Raquan Smith. What's up, Raquan?
How you doing, Freddie? How you doing?
I can't complain, man. I appreciate you being on this morning. Hey, how you get the name of King of NIL?
Funny story. I was just scrolling on Twitter one day, and I was going through my quote tweets, and I saw somebody say, "This dude is really the king of NIL with all these brands." And I had screenshotted it, sent to my agent, and I was telling him, I was like, "Well, we need to hop on his name before somebody else take it," and that's what we did.
Man, King of NIL, that means you're the top dog in name, image, and likeness, right?
Yeah, number one in the country.
Number one in the country. So we go back it up a little bit because it's amazing how you are king of NIL, but you at Norfolk State University, a small HBCU college in just Norfolk, Virginia. Some people probably never even heard of that school before you became the king of NIL. So tell me, what made you come from Holland Springs High School to Norfolk State University?
You know, everybody, dream goes to go Power Five, go to big leagues and everything, but God had a different plan for me. I went to HBCU, Norfolk State. And from Norfolk State, you don't know where you're gonna get out of that. So I took every opportunity I could take from that. And once NIL came through, I knew this could be a big part of my life and a big aspect. And that's what I did. So I took the opportunity and just I ran with it. And now it's being very successful for me in my life.
So how has your experience been at Norfolk State so far?
My experience been good. Eric College, you got up and downs with it, but I fight through it. I fight through the adversity, playing football, and then switch over the track. So I'm fighting through the adversity, but I'm doing good. I'm a senior, and I'm about to graduate.
Okay, so you mentioned some adversity. I know you had an injury in the football season. Tell us a little bit about that injury.
I got injured in my fourth game of the season of my sophomore year. With that injury, didn't think it was gonna be like a season end injury, but it came to a season injury. I was diagnosed with a foot sprain, but whole time it wasn't a foot sprain. It was a toe ligament in my middle foot, and I had to get surgery. From that surgery, once I entered the portal, when I entered the portal about the surgery, I just came back to Nova State to run track because I knew that no school was gonna take me with an injury, so I was just waiting it out.
So you only played 4 games last season, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
So you played 4 games, but then have racked up 75 NIL deals?
Yeah, it's not really about to me, I don't think it's about how many snaps you play. If you get play time, if you do get play time, it's about how you mark yourself outside of football. Football just help you with the aspect of saying you play football, but if you don't know how to market yourself, then you probably won't get the deals.
Yeah, so July 1, 2021, NCAA changed their rules and said athletes can now make money off their name, image, and likeness. When that came out initially, what were your thoughts?
When it first came out, they didn't know too much about it. At the HBCU, they never pressed about it, never talked about it. So we was probably the last ones to know, and I was definitely the last one to know. I was in my bed, in my covers, sleeping, scrolling on Instagram, late night, and I seen somebody posting about it. Look, July 1st, NIL coming out, this and that. I'm like, NIL, what is this? I'm looking on Google, looking on ESPN, trying to look on the more sources I could look on to figure out what's NIL. When I found out it was name, image, likeness, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can I do with this name, image, likeness? It's basically saying you get paid to promote other companies, market yourself, the stuff I was already doing with TikTok and just making content there. And I said, well, I've been doing this. I already got the platform. So now it's time for me to get paid to do what I'm doing. So that's when I started doing it.
And did you think you would become the king of NIL when you first started this in July 1, 2021?
No, I didn't think I was gonna be the king now. I would think I'm gonna be the person that's gonna change a few things. Cause I know I go to HBCU, and I know a lot of people from HBCU don't not really trying to get on this type of thing because they feel like they can't get the deals because they're out of Power Five. But me, I'm a go getter. I'm a hustler. I'm gonna try to figure out the best way I can get deals because who doesn't want free money and who doesn't want money? It's easy to just make content. So I'm gonna do my best, and I did.
Man, and you mentioned you go hustle. You're listening to NFL and sports marketing agent Freddie Berry and the king of NIL on the Sports Hustle. We're going to get right back to it after the break. This is Freddie Berry, NFL agent of Bar Sports. You can catch me on ESPN Richmond Radio every Thursday at 5 a.m. for the Sports Hustle. We're back on the Sports Hustle on ESPN Richmond Radio 106.1 FM. This is NFL and sports marketing agent Freddie Berry, and we got in the house the king of NIL, Raquan Smith. So, Raquan, we know you have 75 deals, but we all know that first one can be a little special. So, what was that first deal that you got? And tell us a little bit more about it.
That first deal, so when it first came out, I reached out to 100 companies. Only 3 responded back. 2 was rejections.
Damn. So that's like a 30% rate.
Yeah.
Damn. And now look.
Yeah, so that one company that did respond back was Smart Cups. Smart Cups like a hydration. It's like stuff at the bottom of the cup, and like you mix it around. Once you put water in it, you drink it before you go to practice. Once I got that first deal, I'm like, well, how many more can I get from this? Like I don't. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't hard either. So, cause out of 100, only 1 responded. So I mean, I was like, okay, well, let me see what else can I do, and when I got other deals, I was like, okay, well, how far can I take this?
Man, so you started off, reached out to 100, three reached back, but now it shows your hard work and your persistence, and you steady racking up deals.
Mm-hmm.
So out of those 75 deals, which one would you say your top 3 are your favorite ones?
Top 3. I'm gonna say all of my deals is my favorite. I never choose between neither of the deals because I feel like every deal is unique in its own way because it helped me in different situations. So all my deals is my favorite deals.
That's a great answer right there. That's a real good answer. So let me switch it up and ask a different question. What are some of more your recent deals?
I just did a partnership with Bubba's 33, a restaurant local in Chesapeake, Virginia. I got another deal called So Safe. And I got another deal. I'm not sure. I forgot the name, but
it was a Crocs. You got Crocs,
yeah,
right?
It was Crocs. Yeah, I did Crocs. I did Crocs with a platform called Post Game. So I got a deal from them too. So I'm just get deals from different platforms. You got Post Game. You got Market Price. You got Icon Stores, Mogul. You got different platforms that help you get deals too.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about those platforms that you use. Because I know a lot of student athletes might be listening and they want to know, how is he getting all these deals? So I know you mentioned a couple of those platforms. Tell us what they're about.
So the platform is basically like my starter pack. So when a student athlete or athlete come to my DMs asking me how could they get started with NIL deals, I send them my little starter pack. My starter pack, I just send them like the 5 websites that I use to start. Market Price, Icon Stores, Open Doors, Mogul. I feel like I'm missing one, but
it sounds like that's a good amount, though. Yeah.
I try to send them much information you send. Then if they want more information, I host one-on-one sessions with different athletes to go in more depth about the NIL deals.
Wow, so you not only activating NIL deals yourself, but you're also teaching other athletes how to follow your path.
Yes, it gotta be another. It gotta be another king in the L once I leave. So just trying to find who's gonna be the next one.
So what made you decide I don't want to just do this for myself, but I want to help other individuals have the same success as myself?
Because it's not always about me. If I just do it for myself, then what's the benefit of that? I want to help as much people I can help because everybody should deserve to get money because the NIL is for every college athlete, not specific one. So try to help every athlete get them some type of deal, even if it's not a lot of money or if it's product. Like try to help them get them something because everybody deserves something because everybody putting the hard work in.
Man, so what do you think, or what advice would you give to some of those smaller school athletes, D3, D2, other HBCU athletes?
The company's not coming to you. You got to reach out to them. You got to email them. You got to DM them. You got to keep DMing them, keep emailing them. Yeah, don't email them one time and just say, I'm gonna stop. No, keep following up. Even if you got to comment on their Instagram post, like check them, check them. Keep following up with them because they want to see somebody that's consistent of keep hitting them up because then they're really gonna show that you really want to work with them.
And you've had the blueprint to that because at the beginning you say you reached out to 100 companies, only 3 responded, but now you have the most deals in college sports. So it shows you truly are persistent and working hard. And that goes to show because didn't you win an award recently for the NIL Summit? What was that?
Yeah, I won the Hustle Award. The Hustle Award is basically just showing my recognition of just hustling and grinding of getting NILs, like going outside the box and getting the NIL deals, not stand and my boxing just waiting for them to come to me. I went to them. I can go get it. So I went to them first. I didn't wait for them because I know I'm at the HBCU. They're not coming to me. I'm not no top athlete. I ain't no Bryce Young. I ain't no the running back from Texas. So they ain't coming to me because I ain't them, but I went to them. So that's how I went down.
And you out here hustling, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You out here hustling. You are listening to the Sports Hustle on ESPN Richmond Radio 106.1 FM. And we have Raquan Smith, the king of NIL, with us. So, Raquan, you mentioned you're not a Bryce Young, you're not a top Power 5 athlete, but you still won the Hustle Award at the NIL Summit. And some of those Power 5 athletes were nominated for that award. So when they announced your name and you had to stand up and go on there and get your award, what was that feeling like? Walk us through that.
The feeling was great because, like I said, it was more Power 5 athletes and people there more than the HBCU. I feel like it's probably like at least 15% HBCU athletes there. So, just winning the award out of the people that's Power 5 shows that like you don't have to go to Power 5 to receive NIL deals. I'm an HBCU, so you don't have to go to Power 5 to receive NIL deals. That was my biggest motto because like everybody kind of talking about, well, I don't go to Power 5, I can't get deals, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, can't really means like sorry not trying because like that's not my motto. You say you can't, then you just sorry not trying because I will never say I can't do this because I can do anything I want to do if I put my mind to it. So that's how I go about it.
Man, if there's a will, there's a way, and you can make it happen. And it sounds like you making it happen in the NIL space, man. So you listening to the Sports Hustle on ESPN Richmond Radio 106.1 FM. We have the king of NIL with us. We're going to get right back to it after the break.
Oh. One of the so how many we got here? You got about
I can fill it in.
11, about 11 minutes in, 12 minutes. So in here, drop in, you're listening to Mike King Biz Radio on ESPN. And also let me get so drop that in. That way I can use some of that. And Raquan, when you finish, let me get a drop from you, Ham. When I'm in Richmond, always check out On the Mic with Mike. That'll give me some street credit
cool.
that you hear in the building. Freddie.
Which one? Oh, the open with Eminem or the Biz intro?
It don't matter. You know what? For Raquan, let's hit the champ is here. And that way, and then you can say, hey, normally this is Mike, but we got the champ in here. He's the king of, he's the king of.
He the king of NIL.
And so.
Okay.
But that's good, man. I like, it's good when you see. So I came here from Penn State. So I lived at Penn, 2 blocks from Penn State campus for 10 years. And so I saw how it works. I saw the power when you got that many alumni, you go somewhere, it opens doors. Now I went to Lincoln. Why you got to look? Yo, man, let me explain something to you.
One of my friends go to Lincoln. He didn't run back at Lincoln, so
So we didn't have football for 50 years.
Damn.
Yeah, we didn't. And so, see, Norfolk State is right in the middle of the city. Kind of like, y'all know, we ain't gonna call it city, but Norfolk and Hampton, right? But Lincoln is in with the Amish. It's not no man's land.
Bumfuck nowhere.
Exactly. And you see, so when I took my son to Lincoln, like when I went from Philly, you would get off the highway and boom, you was right there. But when I took my son's black ass there because he wanted to go to NYU and Temple and all these places where you could party. And he liked to party too damn much. We took his ass there. All the shit is in the car. This ain't a visit. He going. You see them little kids in little kick scooters, and we riding by buggies. He looking like this.
Get me out of
Where
here.
the fuck are we going? And Lincoln hadn't changed since I was there. They had put a few new buildings, but that's when I saw, what you're doing right now to open up people like Norfolk State. Like, where's that at?
Yeah.
And then that way, you guys, a dude who is on the front lines of making shit happen, standing with a young brother who's an agent, and and I'm standing here with y'all. You tell me I ain't hit the lottery.
All right. So one thing I am gonna ask after this too, I'll ask like you won the Hustle Award. Are there any other accomplishments that you've reached? And then you can mention like HBCU Hustle Award. I mean HBCU Award and then Forbes.
And you definitely got to hit on the Forbes and the ESPN deal dropping. I mean, because the sports side of it is cool. The Forbes side of it is where
that's extra level.
That's the extra level. That's where the money's made at. Like Byron Allen, he said he want to own. Did you see the Jeter?
I haven't watched it yet. The Captain. Is it nice?
Yes, it is.
All right, I gotta check it out.
It talks about, like you see him and how they say, yo, man, they love me. I was the man in New York with the Yankees.
He was.
Until it came time to do that contract, and I was at the end of my career. He said that's when he realized how much of a business it was. And he said, I never felt the same with them because they were just like, you want to take this money? You take this money or leave. And he was just like, yo.
What happened all them years before?
Yep. And he said it was only till after he retired when he realized
it's a business.
It's a business when he running the damn Marlins. And then he getting rid of people.
That's true.
No, man. I see what time is on the business side of
it.
So
it's different.
Because this one, like you said, when you do your coaching, you give those away, do you charge people for them?
Charge.
See, that's another thing about young dudes too.
If they don't like it, go ask somebody else.
Go ask somebody else. Knowledge is power.
Because 9 times of chances, the person you ask, they must got to send it from me. Yeah. Most people ask. And the people that you ask somebody else, most likely they're gonna tell you go to me.
Yeah. And there's a reason why it turns into like that because everybody can talk theory. It's kind of like if I could. You're talking about, yo, listen.
This is what I did.
You see my work.
Yep.
You see my shit. You see where I'm at, right? Now you could take it, and that's when you get to a certain level. Like I've learned that I punked out, so I got this deal with tourism, and I wanted to charge tourism 5 G's. But when you wasn't quite ready, how people see you ain't exactly like I know the screw up Mike is, and I'm like. At the last second, I changed that shit. I made it 2,500. I sent it. The one country, Mike, this is a great deal. I can't believe you mean we get all of this for that amount? I felt like beating my own.
Beating up.
I'm like, I just gave away because I didn't totally believe in the brand. Like how people saw me in the street was different than how I saw me, or the people who know me from way back in the day. Like people who know you sitting around with freshmen and be like, yo, Raquan, man, he was doing that shit back then. Like now, Raquan doing the same shit and paying me.
Yep.
Now the people back then, they'd be like, oh man, it changes the way you see it. So they'll be like, you can pay me or not.
Yeah.
I'm still getting it.
Yep.
And it's when you get that level of confidence and all of a sudden, in the past, it took people years and stuff to get confidence like that.
Yeah, and just to have it at such a young age, it's like, man, you on a great trajectory.
Yeah,
great trajectory.
Yeah, before you couldn't be a brand. Who are you? Yeah, you're not a business. It take years, and all of a sudden, shit popping up we've never heard of before. Everybody knew FaceTime. Now, so we doing a Zoom.
Am I supposed to say something?
No, we good right
now.
Yeah.
I did say something about Mike. I'm supposed to say something.
Well, yeah. We can do that when we're done.
Yeah.
When y'all finish the show and wrap it up.
Yeah.
And then we can get that. I'll get it on my phone.
Oh, okay. I was gonna make sure I ain't even seen nothing.
No, you good. You say you want to do the champions here, or you want to do?
Yeah, you can do champ. You know what? I'll go when you start off, and I'll hit it. Oh, damn, I'm recording all this shit.
Oh, you were still recording?
I gotta cut this shit out. right.
I know I recorded last time when we was talking. You saw your grandson out in the show. I had my headphones on. I was cutting the video last time, and I was dying laughing.
Yeah, that's what happened when I said me and the Spanish was breaking into a car down in Brandon Mill. And my wife didn't find it was funny when she was here because I got locked out of the car. Me and him laughing, and she's like, "Oh, really? It was funny." And she listening to that shit. Me and Middle Eastern dude laughing about me and the Spanish dude breaking into my car because I had lost my key fob didn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, man. So
Which one you want me to do?
All I do is win.
All right.
And then the champ, and then throw it to be like, yo, we usually hit them.
All right,
All right, you ready?
Mike King says.
That seemed like all you do, Raquan, is win, 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 ain't it?
Yeah.
All them NIL deals you got.
Yes, sir.
You steady going up. So we usually play this with Mike King in the building, but we got a different king in the building today. We got the king of NIL. So you're listening to the Sports Hustle on ESPN Richmond Radio, 106.1 FM. We have the king of NIL, Raquan Smith, a native of Richmond, Virginia, in the house. So we just finished talking about how you won the Hustle Award at the NIL Summit. Are there any other big accomplishments that you've reached so far this year?
Yes, I had won the HBCU Man Athlete of the Year in December 2021. I just got candidate for the Forest 30 under 30.
Whoa.
Yeah. So me and my agent got listed for that. We got an email from that 2 days ago. You know, just receiving that email was just like, it was crazy because I was just texting about like, how can we do this and that? And I went to my email and I saw it already. So I'm like, oh, they already had it ready for us before I even get started. So, you know, just seeing that email just shows that like all the hard work I did and put forward from high school to I was little to now just shows that like everything paid off as it should and how the way I wanted to go as. And another thing that's coming up is my ESPN my story coming out today around 1:40ish on I think I want to say ESPN Sports Center. And you know,
Man, so you were, how old are you, Raquan?
I'm 21. I just turned 21 July 1st.
You
I mean, July 11th. I just turned 21.
You just turned 21 and you on the Forbes 30 under 30 list.
Yes.
That is amazing, man. How do you feel? Like, does that hit you any type of way? Like, how does that feel?
I mean, you know, it's just a dream, you know, a big accomplishment that, you know, that I really try to push for. You know, I don't really, you know, it's good, you know, I'm a candidate for the Forest, cool, you know, but you know, the ultimate goal is to get on it. So, you know, once I get on it and you know my name officially on there for the 30 under 30, then you know it's gonna be a little different. You know, that excitement, that celebration gonna be a little different. I might go out, you know, I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna do, but I might go out and have fun.
You celebrate that 21 again.
I'm gonna celebrate. You know, it's gonna be very fun. I can't wait. You know, it's coming out very soon, so I can't wait to see when it happens.
Man, that's special. Like you said, just to be a candidate for that is amazing. But I don't know if there's anyone else doing what you're doing. So I'm just gonna speak it in existence and say, you know, you have a great opportunity to make that list.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to only be 21 years old on Forbes 30 under 30 candidate, but we'll say in the future you'll be on the list. That's amazing, man. And that's a huge accomplishment. And I know your family has to be proud. So tell us a little bit about how your family feels about your journey in NIL.
My mom, you know, she seen me grow from being a little troublemaker dude to being the you know, the person that just taking care of the house and just doing what I need to do to take care of my family. You know, I got 4 brothers. You know, I'm second youngest, so I'm just trying to do what I need to do to take care of the family. You know, that was my that was basically my goal since my dad died. I was 12 years old. So, you know, when he died, I was 12 years old. I'm like, okay, well, somebody got to take care of the family. Somebody got to do this. So, like, who gonna step up? We had a few different. I got 3 older brothers than me. You know, they do their best to do what they need to do to take care of the family. But you know, I'm just pushing forward. I'm just trying to do what I need to do to take care of the family because you never know what happens. You know, life. You know, life is short, so you never know what happens. So I'm just trying to take care of my family the most I can do.
Man, that's awesome that you taking care of your family like that, especially being one of the younger siblings of your family and be able to help your mom out. That's special right there. That's extremely special. So tell me how else these NIL deals have impacted your life off of playing sports.
You know, before NIL, you know, everybody's dream goal was to play in the big leagues, NFL, you know, everything. But you know, when somebody would ask me, they would ask me, "What's your plan B? Like, do you have a plan B?" And I'd be like, "Nah, I'm too focused on plan A." But now since the NIL, and I just learned different things about it, being a businessman, an entrepreneur, an agent. It's just different things I learned from this. It's like, well, I got a plan C, D, E, F. Like I got different things I could do from this now. And me just getting my major and mass communication, you know, it brings the field even larger because now I'm doing my major before I got the major by my degree. So, you know, I'm doing everything I'm doing now.
That's great. So a lot of individuals who might not be in the NIL space, or even those who are, they're just thinking, oh yeah, you can get money, you can get free products and services. But what you're telling me is you're also gaining practical experience in the business world. So that can take you outside of NIL. So once NIL is done, or once your playing career is done, you have practical business experience in what you want to do after your playing career. Is that correct?
Yeah, you know, before you could ask me this 5 years ago, you know, would I talk to front of people? Would I do this? Would I do that? Like, nah, I was the kid when the teacher calling you to read a little sentence on the book, just maybe one sentence. I'm not doing it. I never like reading in front of people, none of that. I wasn't very comfortable in my reading or everything. But like me just coming to college and just majoring mass communication, you know, you gotta do public speaking, you know, just gotta speak in front of people and do different things. So like I feel like that helped me speak more fluent and not really scared of talking to people no more, you know, being uncomfortable in a comfortable decision. No, not decision, but
yeah, like uncomfortable situation.
Situation, there you go. Situation.
Yeah.
So, you know, just doing that, you know, I'm just getting better and better each day doing, you know, from my first interview to my last, I'm gonna get better every day. So that's what I'm working towards.
Yeah, and that shows growth. Because if you're just going through life, or anyone just going through life comfortable, you have to be uncomfortable to growing pains. And so you're steady pushing yourself and steady growing, steady learning new things. That's amazing, man. So you talked about how it's impacted you off of the field and off of the track. Has NIL had any impact on your playing status or on your playing in general?
I try to like not put NIL and my sports together. You know, I want to separate them too because I feel like they are two different things. You know, I'm playing football. I'm running track. NIL has nothing to do with my playing time, not playing time. You know, I try to limit them the two different things. But you know, when a coach or whoever coach, you know, feel like it's a distraction to the team, I feel it's not a distraction to the team because like, you know, I know my top priority is school, sports, then whatever comes after that. So, you know, I know my top priority. So it would never be a distraction to me. You know, I can't tell a coach how they feel, but to me, I know it's not a distraction.
So that's a great take right there, because that leads to a question of, do you believe at institutions and at universities that there might be any type of jealousy or any type of disagreements about NIL when it comes to coaches and athletes, and then also other athletes amongst the locker room?
At HBCU, maybe a smaller school, it shouldn't be no conversation, nothing. Because, like I said, not a lot of HBCU has deals. You know, I mean, the next person up next to me in HBCU will be Dion's son, but or Master P's son. But and for them two, like, it's not really nobody else really at an HBCU level doing it. But at a Power 5, it might be a little different because you know you got boosters and collectors giving athletes that's not in high school yet $9.5 million or just $3 million, you know, just $1 million to go to school, you know, and that comes to when it gets to locker room, like, you know, that's gonna come a little judge because now are you here to play football all you hear because you got a $9.5 million. So like, you know, that comes to a point like where like if you don't gotta play. He ain't gotta play one snap of football for 4 years. He got 9.5 million. So at the end of the day, good or not, he gonna be good. So I mean, you know, it comes to a point where, you know, might get jealousy and everything. So I feel like, you know, with NIL, if stuff don't change or new rules and apply in the next 5 to 10 years, it might don't look too good.
It's gonna be the wild, wild west all over again.
It's not gonna look too good.
Yeah, and that's a great point, because you're right. If that player, and we haven't seen the contract or agreement, but just knowing the rules of NCAA, if that player doesn't play a snap, well, he still should be entitled for his NIL, because you cannot correlate NIL dollars with pay for play. You can't do that. So you're right. That's a great point, man. And it seems like as you navigate through this NIL space in this industry, you're also learning the ins and outs and the rules and regulations. So at some point, you could become an agent. You could become someone who are continuing to help other athletes. That's great right there, Raquan. That's great, man. So you're listening to the Sports Hustle on ESPN Richmond Radio, 106.1 FM. We have the king of NIL, Raquan Smith, in the building. So, Raquan, what does the future look like for you?
The future is really, you know, it's simple. You know, I'm gonna run track this year. Graduate in the spring. From there, I'm gonna have like 2 years left of my eligibility. I'm gonna be a grad student somewhere. I'm gonna go view my options somewhere else to play football and run track at a different school. So, you know, after this spring, I'm gonna graduate from Nova State, and from there, you know, the ultimate goal is play NFL. You know, play 2 years of college football somewhere else, have a pro day, do what I need to do, and hopefully, you know, I make it to the big leagues. You know, NFL, that's the dream goal. But if not, you know, I still got track, because I'm good at what I do. Then if not, you know, I'm good at bowling too. So, you know, bowling, you know, you get a lot of money for winning the bowling tournament now. You know, my highest score is like 252. You know, I'm still working, you know, grinding every day to get to that 300 club. But, you know, bowling definitely, you know, been a big happy place for me. You know, when I'm mad or sad, you know, I'm going bowling. Like, I just leave the house, go bowling, because, like, you know, just pay a little $15 unlimited games, just bowl, have fun, eat, meet new people. Because when you bowl so many times, you go to the same place, you're gonna see the same people like every time. So, you know, you just build connection from there and just have fun, you know. So, you know, that's what I do on my free time. But the future holds me, you know, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to win, do what I gotta do to help my family. You know, I'm never gonna be the person selling my tail and just wait. I'm gonna do what I need to do to get to. I got a lot of connections. So, you know, wherever field I'm trying to go into, you know, I can hit somebody up and let them, hey, I'm ready. So, you know, and that's when I'm gonna go from there.
So you got multiple plans. You ready to rock? You're listening to the Sports Hustle on ESPN Richmond Radio, 106.1 FM. This is NFL and sports marketing agent Freddie Berry, and we have in the house king of NIL, but it sounds like he's also a jack of all trades. Raquan, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I wish you the best of luck in the future, brother.
Thank you.
So, Raquan, before we go, tell the people where they can find you on social media.
My Instagram is Raquan Smith, RAYQUAN Smith. TikTok is Raquan Smith 23, RAYQUAN Smith 23. Twitter is rsmith 24_. And my LinkedIn is Raquan Smith, RAYQUAN.
Okay. Smith. And are there any sponsors you want to give a quick shout out to before we go?
I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors. You know, I got 75, but I can't remember everyone, but, you know, they know who they are. And, you know, I appreciate them for just giving me the time and just, you know, partnering with me and just believing in me. So I give a shout out to all 75 of my deals. Thank you.